Hey guys, before we get into the podcast, Macro Foodz, ready-made meals that actually hit your macros. Tasty, high-protein meals designed to fuel your goals without the prep time. Head to macrofoodz.com.au and use MTP10 for 10% off all your orders. Go now, macrofoodz.com.au. Use code MTP10 for 10% off all your orders. Pawtion, 100% natural single ingredient Aussie dog food. No fillers, no nasties, just real high protein treats like kangaroo jerky and goat trotters. Go to pawtion.com.au, use Muscle Talks 25 for 25% off your first order and Muscle Talks 10 for 10% off continued orders. Primabolics, Australia's favorite supplement company, proteins and pre-workouts and more. Go to primabolics.com.au and use code MUSCLETALKS15 for 15% off all your orders. primabolics.com.au, MUSCLETALKS15 for 15% off all your orders. Let's get on with the podcast.
Yeah, actually, well, I had like a gas 250 cc in that moment, so I like to run and do things in the street like wheeling and all that stuff. So as you mentioned before, you have to have like an accident after, and once you have an accident, you will going to learn a lot of things and be more like carefully about things and value your life more. So in that moment, after the surgery, the doctors told me that I should give up from my career because I will never be like able to lift weights again, much less to do like some sort of movements as well. So in that moment, I just remember that I started crying, and I told him, well, immediately, man, I'm so sorry, but I will not accept that because I never give up. And after the 15 days post surgery, I began I went to the doctor as well. And well, in that 15 days, was like pure depression and was a very like, I don't want to speak anybody else. I don't want to see anybody. I just want to be like alone in my room in the darkness and just remember that I just took my phone and just see like the pictures of a week ago when I came from the competition in Panama and the type of physique that I had and the opportunities that I have and the year that I have in that moment. So it was a fully depression moment. I remember that I called my brother and said, man, I need you come here and pick up my bike and just bring it to home because I just had an accident and I need to go to the hospital to review what I have because it was just my left hand. The situation, I can go ahead and compete the next week. So
I know.
I don't care. I'm gonna go to compete. So yeah, always God will gonna be right there. Actually, He's always knocking the door of your life, but you are the only person who will going to have to open that door and allow him to get into your life. And you have to be like humble to understand and just let him be and take control of your life.
He's the 5%, well, states the 5%, 3 times national champ in Costa Rica, international sub-champ, Panama, was part of the Costa Rican national team, muscular champion 2024, beach bodies. Wow, beach bodies, man. I wish I was on the beach bodies there. They must be pretty good. 2022, adversities, challenges, motivational phrases, and more. From darkness to light. God is his savior. We are lucky to have him here after a serious motorcycle accident, so we're lucky to still have him in the world. Please help me welcome Glen 5% Delgado. How are you, brother?
How's it going, guys? Thank you very much for this opportunity.
No problem, brother. How are you, man? How is Costa Rica? Tell us about Costa Rica.
Well, right now Costa Rica is very hot, actually, but it's pretty good.
Yeah. All right.
Definitely is a place that you guys, whenever you have the opportunity, you have to come here and visit.
Oh man. All right. Let's pretend you are a travel guide. Let's say you are the ambassador. Sell us Costa Rica in 30 seconds. Go. Well, tell us about
Well,
Costa Rica.
well, actually, the land here is very awesome. There, we have a lot of diversity of animals, and the land as well. Like beaches are very cool. In Guanacaste, there's the best places that you can come here and visit. And well, it's pretty cool. The people here are very awesome, are very nice as well. It's definitely a place that you would like to visit, and you will gonna love it for sure.
Oh well, I'm going to come to Costa Rica, man, because I have to. And I believe I get on with the people. I had a friend from. Do you guys speak Spanish or Portuguese? They say, "Oh, no, I should ask this question."
Spanish,
Spanish.
here, yeah, Spanish is the language.
I had a friend from Brazil. His name was Luciano Diaz, and Luciano worked for me when I had a shop. I had a juice bar, and he worked in the kitchen. Like he was great. He was a very handsome guy, great body on him. Loved to surf, and man, I had so much fun with. He introduced me to, and this is listen to this. This is 25 years ago. He introduced me to acai, whatever it's called, and we used to train together. I'm still friends with him. He's back in Brazil, but yeah, he's a cool cat. I love the South Americans. You guys, I don't know why, or maybe you can tell me why. Why do you guys seem so fucking happy all the time? Like, come on, the world is shit, but you guys are happy. Why?
Well, it's I don't know, it's something weird because, well, for example, I just came to live in the States, and the life right there is totally different from here. Actually, right there is like a very fast, like the style of life is very fast. Here it's like more like chill, but I believe that here the people enjoy more the life, and besides the work and make money, and that will be maybe the reason of why we are like more happy than any other countries as well.
I think it's also we in Australia too, because we're westernized a bit like America. Sorry, we're too focused on success, money. We're in
Yeah.
we're in some South American countries. Though you have struggles, there's some kind of love and some belief in yourselves. You believe you are. Don't worry, because my father had vanity. You believe you're good-looking people. That's wonderful. You believe you're good-looking. You believe you're happy. You believe you're strong. You believe in your language. You believe in religion. You believe everything you believe in is right for you. Even if you're poor, it does not matter. And I think that's the problem with Western culture. We don't have foundation. That's the problem. You know what I mean? Hey guys, I just want to say thank you so much to everyone who has subscribed, who is following us on all platforms, but especially here on YouTube. And if you're listening to us on Spotify, please, if you could do us a big favor, which helps us reach more people, get better, bigger, greater. We've already had some great guests anyway. Everyone's been a treat. Hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell so you're notified every week a new podcast that is launched. And I just want to say a big thank you. But again, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and enjoy watching Muscle Talks podcasts.
Yeah, exactly. Actually, well, here, even though if you are very poor, for example, the people here are going to be very happy. Actually, it's something that I cannot explain like very well, but even though if you're rich, you're going to see the people very happy.
Yeah.
And even though if you are poor, the people are going to be very happy.
Yeah, look. And I'm going to say one story before we start. When I grew up, my father's from Greece, so I have Greek background. Yeah. And I think you'll like this story, and I think you can match it up with Costa Rica, South America. My father, we lived in Australia. Every time his friends came to the house, yeah, and they sat down, everyone drank a certain scotch or a certain coffee or a certain nut or a certain dessert. Even if you were poor, you could afford that scotch. But even if you were rich, you never bought expensive. You bought the same scotch. You appreciated everyone's worth with the same. And I think that's what we've forgotten. We all want to come with the most expensive wine, the most expensive something. But my father and his friends, some people didn't have a car, some people had Mercedes. But when they sat together, they drank the same cheap scotch, the same coffee, the same biscuit, the same nut, not more expensive, the same. And I think that's what's lost in some Western culture. We always want to show off. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I totally.
Yeah.
And actually, this is pretty cool. Actually, that thinking it's something that you guys are not gonna be able to lose like right away. You have to go back, like get back this kind of mindset as well.
Yeah.
Because right now, everything, and everybody is like, I need to. Even though if you don't have like a lot of money, everybody is like crazy just to go and get the expensive things, even though they cannot afford it. I don't know why the people have that kind of mindset, but well, it is what it is, right?
Yeah, it is what it is. Well, let's start with your first pinned post. You got a pinned post, 9th of May, and it says, love is not only something you feel, it is something you do and demonstrate with action every single day. I love my wife. I will always choose you over anything and whoever. Tell us about that post. And that
Well, yeah,
caption.
actually, this is something that I believe. I'm like very passionate guy, and well, I love my wife. Actually, her name is Isa,
Nice.
and well, she's the best thing that I have in my life. Actually, right now, she always helped me in every single area of my life by giving me all the support, the patience, the love for me to be able to keep going and to never give up as well. And also we are starting our own business here, so we have or each other and all the support. She taught me a lot of things, and things that maybe I have like 35 years trying to change. Is the only person and the only thing in the world that makes me like change that right away in a short time frame, actually. So I'm very happy to have her in my life, and I was gonna choose her anytime by over anything or any other person as well, always.
How do we get something like Isa? how
Well,
do
I
how
have
do we
this.
find her, mate? How do we find her, mate? Come on. Where do they hide? Where do we find them?
Well, I don't know. I spent 37 years now. Find somebody like her. Actually, I pray God like since I have a conscience, and I always ask in detail the type of girl that I would like in my life. And
Wow.
finally, I get it right now with her. And actually, God gave me more than what I expect and what I ask. So I'm very happy, and I'm very proud of my life and my life right now with her. So it's something that I'm never going to change her for anybody or anything else. Definitely.
Well, look, let's get straight into. I've got it further down, but you mentioned God and you asked God. So does he take?
Yeah.
So he takes specifics. If we give him the specifics, he'll write it down for us. When did you? Have you always had God? Have you lost God at times? And why is God in your life now? And how did it happen? How did he bring? Because myself at the moment, I'll be honest with you, I have a strong faith, but mine seems fractured. I don't know why. At the moment, the dark side is calling me because,
Yeah.
and I don't know why. I'm trying everything possible, and I feel sometimes the dark side seems better. Tell me your story. Why? How you found God? Why God? And how the hell did He give you such a perfect person? God, is He not? Is He not listening to me, Chris, or you?
Well, I spend a lot of time thinking in that way, actually. And
Yeah.
well, it's something very hard because, well, I always believe in God since I was a child, but sometimes and for a long time in my life, I lost that community with God, actually. For example, for many years before starting bodybuilding, I live in a hard life that I'm not proud at all. And where I was someone who embarrassed my people, well, a lot of people like my family, and even though my own self. When I started this sport, it was like in a time when I was going through a lot of depression, and actually at one point I even tried to commit suicide as well. So that's actually the main reason that I love this sport, since this sport saved my life and saved me from all of that and changed my life forever. So now I'm a person who motivates others to keep going no matter the situation without ever giving up. Now everything changed in a good way, thanks to God. And now I'm pride for my family and for a lot of people who are close to me. For a long time ago, I stopped like that community with God because of these type of situations that I have been through in my life. So actually, with her was something that, well, I have like 4 years that I know her, and that we always talk about this. But until like not too much time ago, we start our relationship again. And well, actually, our relationship from scratch, and we getting married. And right now, I am the most lucky guy in the world because I have her. With her, she helped me not only to change a lot of opportunity areas of my life that I had been trying to change like since a long time ago, long years ago, but also she taught me like again to believe and have faith in my life and have God in my life. So in the Bible says that you have to request everything in detail as you want it, because some people just request something like, well, I would like this, and with this will be, I'm okay with that, but not make the request like in detail. So
In detail,
I,
huh? Wow.
yeah, in detail, you have to request in detail whatever you want, and
Amen.
work hard for that and keep going with your fee, and that with that community with God as well. So I believe in that, like since the moment that God gave me
Mhm.
like my wife in my life, actually. After that, everything changed, definitely.
Wow, man. I feel, Glenn, I could listen to you for a while now. I feel like I want to shut the fuck up and listen to you because, yeah, but in detail. Wow. All right. Before we go into detail, I'm just writing here something for me to remind myself. Let's go with I want to know, who was the guy that you were embarrassed of? What was he like? Tell us that personality, because someone's listening right now and they're probably wondering, I get Glenn, I understand Glenn, but who was Glenn? Like, what were you before that you weren't proud of, or yeah, you tell us. Who were you, man?
Well, I was a guy who don't, well, I wasn't humble at all. When I had like 17 years old, I started working like in timeshare sales as a closer, which was a very good job because, well, I have a very good money in that moment. So after that, like some years ago, after that, everything started changing, and well, God like removed me everything in my life, and after having everything, then I don't have anything at all. So I started like 5 years like in the darkness, doing like things that I'm not proud at all, like with the even though with drugs, and
Mhm.
um like in this kind of places that you don't want to be at
Yep.
all.
Hmm.
So I had to live my life in that way for a long time because I had the need to make money in some way because I wasn't able to get like a real job, even though if I had the skills and the knowledge for doing that, was like a karma for everything that I done before. So I learned to be humble. I learned the value of the things for sure. In that period of time, I lived like in the floor. Actually, I had to sleep in the floor. I don't have anything at all. And was a very tough situation, definitely. That after that, I started looking like more like straight to God, and request like I don't know, that maybe change my life again, and I'm gonna be like more value with my things and the people and being humble. And well, after that, I started having some light in my life, and I started changing a lot of things and being more humble. And actually, since in all those years, nobody came in my life to help me at all. So and right now, I'm the type of person that if I see somebody that needs something, whatever it is, I'm gonna definitely do it, even though they don't request. I'm gonna definitely do it because in that moment, I understand. Maybe it's not the same situation, but I definitely going to understand that this person is passing through any situation right now and a tough situation. So if I have the ability to extend my hand and help this person, I'm definitely going to do it because that's something that I maybe expect in the back days, that somebody extend the hand as well to me, and that never happened. So I understand a lot of things in my life, and get more value about the situations, the times, the moments, the family, the people who really cares about you. So this is something that you're never going to understand or learn until you pass through like tough situations like this, definitely.
Mm. That's yeah. No, I'm listening to you, man. I know it's tough because you sometimes you need help and help doesn't come and you soldier through it yourself, and now you're like you said, you see something and you want to help even if they don't ask. Maybe we have to go through some darkness sometimes, but here you are past the darkness. I mean, there were some dark moments, but also you spoke about wanting to finish it off and not harm yourself. I mean, that must have been a very dark day, and turning that around. What helped you turn that around? Was it God again to turn it around? Was it God turning it around?
Yeah, always God will gonna be right there. Actually, He's always knocking the door of your life, but you are the only person who will going to have to open that door and allow him to get into your life. And you have to be like humble to understand, and just let him be and take control of your life. And after that, once you understand that kind of things in your life, everything are going to start changing, and things are going to be much better than yesterday. And that's the community that you have to learn. But for that, it's something that I'm not going to be able to teach you by telling something. It's something that you will going to learn that until you pass situations like tough situations. And actually, even though when you pass these kind of situations, uh, because I did it as well, until I understand. Well, you'll be like, God, why this happened to me? Why this? Why that?
Yeah.
And actually, yeah, as you said before, are you not going to listen to me or whatever? So, but there is some time and there is some point on that darkness that you will going to just allow him to get into your life and take control of it, and you have to go and take, well, the day have 24 hours. And if it's not fair that you just take like 5 minutes just to say something to God. Everybody always looking to God when everything is good, but not when it's bad. So you have to put this in the balance, and all the time you have to put like God first, because well, otherwise you're going to start losing things. And then you're going to have these type of situations that you're going to learn as well. So everybody have to like take the time, one time of the day, and talk with God, and just let him get into your life and take control of it. Everything will going to do that, definitely.
All right. Talk to God. I've got it. Chris, we're going to have to talk to God because I'm not talking to him. I'm more angry with him at the moment. Very angry with him. Very angry, to be honest. But that's another story. But your pinned post on the 5th of March, a segue out. Let's go. Birthday present from the most shredded Drew Cullen, world top Mr. Olympia men's physique. Everything happened again in God's time. Today we dream it and tomorrow we achieve it. just never give up. But there you are with Mr. Drew Callan, who we did have on the show, and how we discovered each other, obviously.
Well, actually, this is a fun story because a lot of years before, well, actually, I just have 4 years doing bodybuilding.
Yep.
So, for example, like 2 years ago, I started following him before he started like going to the Olympia stage. And I always look at him and I said, man, this guy have a very nice shape and the body and well, I don't know. I always send message to him, and well, I see that he was very humble actually because he responded my messages, and and I thought, man, this is a very cool guy, and it is actually indeed. Last year I was like an entire year living in the States in Philadelphia, so I had the opportunity to meet with him and to know him. And for my birthday, I told him because like 2 weeks ago, 2 weeks before actually, well, I saw that he was in the gym that I was going every single day. So I said, man, this is not possible. This is I'm very lucky with that. So I'm gonna send a message to him, and I send the message and said, man, and like in March the 5th is my birthday. So I don't know if you maybe can go and so I can go ahead and meet you and maybe share like some time and train and work out together. So well, he said yes, and I was very surprised, and it was like one of the best one of the best things that I ever had in my life, and then the present for my birthday as well. I had the opportunity not only to share some time with him, but also to work out with him. And I learned a lot of things as well. He's a great guy, and he's definitely one of my favorite athletes in for like as a man's physique. And he's a great guy as well, for sure.
Yeah, we had a good podcast with him. You obviously
Yeah,
saw the podcast. Yeah, he was great. He's a great guy. He has a big story as well, obviously being shot. And
yeah,
yeah, but he's looking amazing, and I can only
yeah,
I really do see him being a number one winner of Olympia. I think I think it's very soon, but he's got the right attitude as well. So yeah, I noticed that it was a great birthday treat, and which is it just shows me, Glenn, how humble you are, and by the little things, it makes me question myself as I sit with this podcast with you, how maybe unappreciative I am myself at the moment. So, I think you're teaching me something, Glenn, during this podcast. So, and I think you reached out to me and you said something like something about great podcast, and then I responded to you, and
yeah.
I had a bit of a chat with you, and I said, "Hey, you are allowed to come on the podcast too," which you were kind enough to come on as well. So I think we formed a great triangle between Drew Callan, yourself, and myself. I think
Yeah.
we're very similar characters, the three of us.
Yeah, actually it is. And one of the things that I was surprised is that, for example, the story that well Drew passed through with the shot and with leg and all that kind of stuff. It's like some similar story about the what I live in my accident as well, and was very like very crazy. So yeah, it's another thing that I say like, man, this is very crazy because well, this is of course it's different things, but at the end of the day, like the motivational story is almost the same.
Yeah, yeah, they are. And we're going to talk about that. So we'll keep everyone in suspense for a little bit. But let's look at another pinned post. Let's go. Well, this one's a long one, actually. I just remembered what I had to write for this one. But it's the best version. And you said, let me read it because you wrote it, okay? And I want you to elaborate. So it's a long one. So so there you are, pinned post, number 3, guys, if you want to go find it. And you say, I say so much is the best version physically and mentally, especially the second one. So obviously you say the best version physically, mentally is very important. Getting stronger and stronger, learning from difficulties, and always with certainty of victory. Yeah, so always with certainty. I like that. It was the shift, my mindset, that I really started to progress. I always thought this was going to take forever, and you'd get discouraged. It's very easy to fall into the trap of discouragement. But I have to remind you that while you're doing just a little, you'll always be progressing: meals, cardios, workouts. We're adding another piece to the puzzle of your life. That's progress. Brings you closer to your desired physique. Be consistent and have patience. We all have our day one. As many of you know, bodybuilding career is short, and I'm still learning to always give it my best. Everyone has a story. I'm writing mine, and at this point in life, I can only be thankful because I know I am blessed. God strengthens me every day. Tell me about that post.
Well, yeah, definitely. Well, I think that that I learned not only to be strong like physically, because well, it's something that you can achieve that with the patience and discipline, but the mindset is everything. You have to be very strong in your mind, because situations always are going to be there. Always you're going to have tough situations. You can go like for 1,000 0 and 0 for 1,000, like right now you can be here and tomorrow you can be here. So it's very important you have all your ideas and your goals like really set up like in a short time frame and a long time frame. But you have to be strong to commit and to understand, and actually well to come over the situations and be with a very open mind to understand what's going on and what you have to do in the next steps to well to move forward, because you are not going to be able to stay right here all the time. Some people's with anything are going to be here, but they have the power to decide how many times you're going to be in the floor, or if you're going to be up or you're going to be on the floor all your life. But the time that you're going to be right there, it's only your decision, and that will going to start from your mentality as well. So it's very important that you have a very strong mindset, and that you really know yourself and what you can do and what you can do. And well, everybody can say that well you can do something in your life, but at the moment you're in the situation, in tough situation, is the moment that you can go ahead and show how how strong are you from with your mind and with everything in your life, and start making changes. Some changes are going to be easy and a lot of changes are going to be very hard to do, but this is the meaning of life. Uh, everything you have in your life, you have to take advantage of everything, all your resources to move forward and to keep going. And we're working very hard with discipline, because you can achieve everything in your life. It's actually the main meaning of the 5%, because well the 5% that I have is like kind of different like the 5% of rich piana. But for example, for me, the humanity will going to split in two: the 95%, which gonna be the dreamers. This is the people who always wants to do something and start to do something, but when the tough situations come through, they were gonna just take the easy way, just to quit, and that will be everything. And they are not gonna do anything else for achieve their goals. So that's why I call them like the dreamers. And 5% is the people who always are going to do whatever it takes in order to reach the goals and everything in life, and do whatever you have to do in the moment that you have to do until you reach your goals actually. So that's very important. And well, the principle and the key for doing that is the mentality.
I, I, well, I had one of my questions. We'll bring it in. I can see that, but tell me, yes, I see the 5%, 5% everywhere. Um, so obviously, 95% is the dreamers, or whatever you want to call it. Some aren't dreamers. Some people. A friend. Once I won't call him a mentor. I don't have any mentors, but he was a person that I listened to occasionally, and he was on stage once, And he said, his name was Marcus Setter. He said this. He goes, some people die at 30, but they get buried at 80. So in other words, your soul dies, your spirit dies, your dreams die, your achievements die, and you live for another 50 years in nothing. And then at 80, they bury you. So it's like trying to hold on to your dreams until they bury you. Not just your dreams, sorry, to be active, to be pushing, to try. And I think that's the 5%. The 5% is reborn every day, is living again every day, is shedding the old and bringing the new. Is that what the 5% is? Because I see it everywhere. You're wearing it as a cap, and it is Rich Pian. He was the 5%ers.
Yeah, correct. But as I said, well, for me, it's a little bit different because, well, as I said, well, for me, the 95% is, I call them the dreamers. But well, the dream is very important in your life, but you have to fight to keep them alive as well.
Yeah.
But it's your decision with your actions and whatever you do every single day. As you said, you have to reborn every single day and fight for your dreams. But it's totally your decision to be just a dream or to make your dreams a reality. And that's like the reason of why I said that I divide the humanity in the 95%, because the 95% is the people who have dreams as everybody, and they start doing whatever they have to do, fighting for their dreams. But and at the moment that the situations or tough situations are going to be in their lives or whatever it's in the face right now, they just quit and they don't keep fighting or pushing themselves to the best and fighting for to make the dreams a reality. And that's the reason of why I said that for me the 5% is the people who always are going to fight for making the dreams a reality and do whatever it takes every single day, do whatever you have to do at the moment that you have to do, even though if you don't want it, have the discipline and make with your actions that your dreams come into reality.
Yeah, no, I agree. I agree. Well, let's go. I'm going through your post, then we're going to get into the stuff that about you, but like a little bit about your social media and understanding it. You posted in February this year, who maintains focus achieves the goal. Direction is more important than speed. Just never give up. I like that. Direction is more important than speed. Explain that.
Yeah.
Hey guys, Steve here. You know how much I love food. Food is very important to me. I'm an advocate for good food, good quality food, well-priced, well-valued food. And this is it. Macro Foodz. I've searched long and hard and I found it. It took a while, but I finally found the best. Macro Foodz, ready-made meals that actually hit your macros. Tasty, high-protein meals designed to fuel your goals without the prep time. Head to Macro Foodz, that's with a Z, macrofoods.com.au and use code MTP10 for 10% off your order. I'm serious, guys. Only seek the best, eat the best, and promote the best. Macro Foodz, macrofoods.com.au. Go now. Use code MTP10 for 10% off all your orders.
Well, for example, some people don't have the patience to get, like, for example, in bodybuilding, as you know, this is something that you are not going to be able to have the body that you need or the body that you would like to have actually like right away or for like in a week or in a month. This is something that you have to work every single day with everything that you have to do during the days, as different than to another sports, for example.
Yeah.
You may just go and take 2 times to go and work out or train or do whatever you have to do in that sport, and that will be all. In bodybuilding, and since you wake up, you have to do everything that like with discipline, getting your meals done, the water that you have to drink, the dressing that you have to have in order to recover, the training, everything that you have to do during the entire day
Yeah.
will going to make you the value at the end of the day. And actually, as well, if you do well whatever you have to do during the entire week, but in the weekend, for example, you screw everything, like having like meals that you don't have to do, or going and drink or do this kind of stuff. For example, you maybe are going to screw like 1 week, 2 weeks of work. So it's something that you have to be patient. So that's the reason why I said that it's much better like that direction than the speed, because the people, and it's coming again about the 95%, because if they don't see like a result they expect like in some sort of time, like in a month or 3 months or something like that, they are going to just quit about whatever that they are doing right now, or the dreams, or whatever they are doing, as I said. So this is something that you don't have like the ability to speed up the process. It's something that you have to be patient, and you have to keep going with the discipline and do everything single days, again and again. It's something that you have to repeat and repeat and repeat. So some people are not going to be willing to do that, and are going to quit like in, you call it like in a month, in a week, and in 1 year. So that's the most important thing that you have to have is the patience, and keep going and do whatever you have to do every single day until you reach the goal that you have. This is something very important that you have to do, is like set like a short time and long time goals. Because if you just go ahead and set just like a long time goal, maybe during that time frame or the process, you're gonna be like, man, I don't see what I want to see, or I don't know, whatever it is. But if you set like short goals as well, so you can go ahead and achieve this short goal and then another short, and at the end of the day, all these short goals are going to lead you until you reach the longest.
Yeah, I love that. It is it is the direction, man. It is, like I said, the journey. I was talking to someone today, a guy that runs the NBA, National Bodybuilding Australia, whatever, and we are talking about it, and he said, "Do you know going on stage doesn't make you a bodybuilder,
Yeah.
right? A bodybuilder does it every day, like a bodybuilder, because someone can come to you that's never been a bodybuilder and tell you, I want to be on stage, and you train them to go on stage, but that doesn't necessarily make them a bodybuilder. A bodybuilder, sometimes you discover who you are when you exit the stage and you want to continue the sport to be better at it, to maybe turn up to another comp better, but at the same time you've realized, oh my God, like your first comp, you can only imagine what your physique was like. But if that was bodybuilding, why didn't you stop? But you knew, hang on, I can do more, I can build more, but I need time. And time
Yep.
is of the essence. And I tell people the journey is bodybuilding, destinations are comps. Destination is looking good this summer, but bodybuilding is year after year, decade after decade. And also bodybuilding, yourself, very easy to lose it, because you're eating beautiful, you're training beautiful, you're drinking water, you're resting. And then there's 3 months where you're out having drinks with your friends. You're still training, and you're getting home 4 o'clock in the morning, or maybe you're on drugs. Maybe you're taking a cycle and you stop the cycle. Whatever happens, to hold on to what you've got is hard. Now think about growing. That's another task. And that's what I've learned. I've learned that like I said, I say my age, not because I'm 56. And I think you saw the video I put up recently of my journey from 19 years old. I put it up there on purpose. Why? I never edified myself. I never showed people. Maybe they're asking, why the fuck has this guy got a podcast? And even I wonder too, why the fuck have I got one? But I didn't give a fuck about the podcast. You can't take me away from bodybuilding. You can't take me away from the gym. The gym is what I love. The gym is my church. God's in there too. The gym is my peace. The gym keeps me away from idiots. The gym also introduces me to hardship, teaches me discipline. It makes me do things better. Without it, I feel better in everything I do because I have something that shows me hard work. Sometimes you can do business and it shows you through maybe money. But sometimes if you don't have money or a lot of money, but when you go to bodybuilding, it shows you your hard work, and it's for free. It's free. That's what's beautiful, That's why I love bodybuilding. Good story, though. Huh?
Yeah, actually it is, and well, the physique is something, and I believe that is the only thing in the world that you can purchase. Actually,
yeah,
it's something you have to make it by yourself, because you can have all the money of the world. You can pay like even though Arnold to give you a personal trainer or everything, but nobody are going to take the time to get your meals done, to the water you need, or the resting, or everything. It's something that you have to do every single day, and it's something very repeatedly. You have to do the same thing over and over, or every single day. So it's very tough to do. But at the end of the day, even though if you have or not money, it's something that you will gonna see and you will gonna be proud of it, for sure.
Yeah, and I heard a podcast Dorian Yates was on, and this blew my mind. And it was only the last week or two. Maybe an old podcast, but he pops up on his. So go look at Dorian Yates. But he said something to someone which I didn't think he would say. But he said, when you stop taking steroids, you lose what steroids gave you. And when I heard that, I went, what does he mean? But it's true, because when I took a cycle at 49, I was 91 kilos ripped and built. I haven't touched a cycle for 6 years. I think I'm 84 kilos and I'm not even ripped. So what I'm saying is, Dorian Yates does not look like he did in the 90s. And that is a reason, because Dorian Yates was on a good cycle, good food, focus, everything was connected to looking like that. Once you take away something from the equation, you can't look like that. But the thing is, he still looks good. He still doesn't have a gut. Look at Milosh. But what I'm getting at is, the most important thing I found by listening to what he said, and for me even taking a cycle, was the one thing I know is what you can build from. And so eating good, training hard, resting, water, and keeping clean meaning not be going out. Go out, have a good time, but not using that every weekend, every day, drinking alcohol, whatever it's smoking, whatever it is, whatever you do. But if you can hold clean, that's the best foundation that will stay forever. And we can lose it. It's very fragile. See, that's what I'm saying is steroids is a buffer. It's the 5%. But when you take the steroid out, you lose the 5% because it was induced. But that's not the problem. But have you built good foundation? Dorian Yates built good foundation. Let's face it. Dorian Yates, even Arnold, he built good foundation. He looks good for his age. Look at Jay Cutler. But they're not like they were because they can't be, because that was induced. And that's why I think with bodybuilding, we have to all learn, make sure your home is sorted, meaning your body is your home, not your physical home. I'm talking about your home.
Yeah.
If you build on that, do whatever you want. Take a cycle for a year. Take a cycle for 3 months. Go on and off. But learn the foundation is not the supplementation. You have to get the fundamentals right first and then build on. And that's what I learned from Dorian, which surprised me when he said that. I went, wow, he's right. Just because you did a cycle for 5 years, guess what? You better have built some natural foundation in between that, as well, not relied on the cycle. Yeah.
Yeah, and actually, well, I believe as well for that one of the things that you will going to earn besides the body and everything that you just mentioned about it, it's the mindset.
Yeah, the
That's
mindset.
something that even though, for example, if you take out these 5%, as you said, out of the equation, for example, the mindset is something that you're going to have forever.
Mm.
And the things that you learn, like about yourself, the discipline and everything, is something that you can take out, for example, steroids or not compete anymore, for example. But at the end of the day, what you have here is the thing, the more value of, even though before your body as well, because this thing, it's going to be something that makes you stronger than everybody else. And it's something that you never are going to lose, even though with or without steroids, or even though with competition or not. These things are the things that you're going to keep forever.
And I was talking to Michael Galante from NBA, and I told him this because we were talking about it. When I did a cycle, like I said, I learned during that cycle, I didn't want to waste my money. Hear me out first. I was buying gear. So what did that mean? I ate clean. I rested. I trained hard. I did everything. But then I realized, how come I didn't do it without gear? And that's what I've changed now. Now I have to double down on the good stuff first before I touch gear again or before I do anything again. So sometimes we invest when we think we've got something, but what we need to invest is when we've got nothing. All we have is a barbell, weights, food, rest, water, not even protein shakes. Just get your food in, get your rest in, get your training in, get your water in, be clean, and then add protein shakes, add pre-workout, add zinc, add steroids, but just
Yeah.
learn the fundamental proteins, carbohydrates, clean food. And I think that's what I've learned in the whole time I've trained, where 1 minute I've got it and the next minute, what happened to my abs? What happened? Oh my God, I don't even look like I trained. Like, you know what I mean? So you have to, you always have to make sure you go back home.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
That's the basic things, actually. The people just think and believe that, for example, if you take steroids, they don't even know how to use it or how it works. They just take steroids and hope for the best. And this is not the way that you have to do it. Actually, as you mentioned, the basic things are the food. Actually, that's the key. Food, the water, and well, take resting and all. That will be the key. Actually, that's the base. And as you mentioned before, once you understand the value of these things, you can add anything else.
Add whatever you want after that point. Get that right.
Yeah.
And protein shakes work better. Pre-workout
Yep.
works better. Steroids works better. Zinc, magnesium, fucking whatever you want to fucking be taking. Vitamins works better. But what, you're going to take all that stuff and not have a good diet, not have a good training routine, like, you're just wasting your time. Like, because these things sometimes leave, and sometimes you don't want to take them to be clean for a little while. So you, like I said, always go home to the right thing. But let's talk about another post quickly. The Philadelphia one, a famous rocky run up the stairs. Every champion was once a contender who refuses to give up. Going in one more round when you don't think you can, that's what makes the difference in your life. Yeah.
Yeah, I believe actually when I was a fighter, an MMA fighter, one of the first thing that I learned, it's
Hmm.
the one who have more desire to win is the one who is going to win. What it means is like, for example, at the end of the rounds or when you are tired and you can go more and your hands is going down and everything, in that moment, it's the moment that you have to decide, well, and show the desire that if
Wow.
you want to win or no. Because if you want to win, you are going to push yourself onto the limit and keep going and never give up. But if you don't want or don't want the truly desire to win, you're just going to go back and the other guy maybe is worse than you, but his desire to win will be more than your desire. So he's the one who we're going to win. So that's the meaning of that bus.
I should maybe I've got to get you ringing me up every morning to motivate me, Glenn. I think fuck, I've got to get a direct line to you, Chris. We've got to get a direct line to Glenn to motivate me. So let's go then. There, let's go. You found MMA. You did MMA. You fought MMA 6 years in your childhood.
Yeah.
I was a child who always got into fights. In my adult life, I have gone through many difficulties, conflict situations, and led me to the type of life, obviously, that you lived for a little while. So I was reading. I actually asked AI to explain you to me, because if you type in a person's name and you give a little bit of a description, so I gave a bit of the IG description. Then I found out that you were quite the fighter. You did jiu-jitsu, you did a lot of things. Tell us about your fighting career.
Well, yeah, I fought for 6 years. I started fighting because, well, since
Well,
I have,
you got the ears. I can see you got the ears. It looks like you got the ears. Have you got the ears?
yeah, I have my
Have you got the
cauliflower
cauliflower
ears.
ears? Have you got the cauliflower ears?
Yeah.
Yeah. So you're a good fighter. Keep going.
So yeah, I started doing that since, well, my father was a red belt in Taekwondo, and
Ah,
my mother as well. So
wow. Go ahead.
and for example, well, since I have conscience, I always have like behavioral issues. And since I was a kid, I every single day I going home and say, well, with my head, with like my face with blood and my uniform, because every single day I have fight. So, and even though if I, for example, if nobody does something to me, well, I will looking for something, whatever it is, just to have a fight because I have the desire to do it. So my entire childhood, I start doing that every single day, and well, this sport makes me like to calm down a little bit and the discipline as well. When I was a fighter, I don't have the same discipline that I have right now in bodybuilding because it was different stories. I just did it because I have the necessity to fight.
Mm.
So if I don't want to fight in the street, like in something not legal, the only way that I was able to do it is in sport.
Yeah.
So I start doing like like contact sports like Taekwondo and Muay Thai, and then I found out this MMA, and I said, man, this is my thing because this is like the most aggressive contact sport, and well, this is what I need. Actually, this is what I need. So I started training MMA. I train like Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, Muay Thai, boxing, and well, MMA. I just have like two two fights actually, two international fights, one win, one lost, but a lot of street fights.
What
And then
what 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 makes a fighter? Why? I can't. I don't want to. I have European blood in me. Maybe there's a bit of fight in me, but you are different. Like my son is different. My son, he's done taekwondo, he's done Brazilian jiu-jitsu, and right now he's doing Muay Thai. He's only 19. But there's something about wanting to fight, but not fight in the street, but fight in the ring. Like, what is it about? Why do you need to get punched? And why do you need to punch? Tell me the mindset there.
Well, I don't know. It's something like it's like the necessity to feel that moment, the energy,
Wow.
uh, the adrenaline of being in a fight. It's something totally different than doing any other thing or any other sport. It's the moment of the fight that you will going to feel something inside of you, and that's the desire that I need in my life. So, for example, besides of doing like street fights, well, of course, if I do in a street fight, the police are going to take you out, and you're going to start having like legal problems and all that. So it's not like very smart. So the only way that I found that I can do like going with my fights is like in a sport. So I started doing like contact sports, but like for example in Taekwondo, it's just about points. So it's at the moment that you make a point, so it's totally different. I
Yeah.
need like more something more aggressive. I need to feel like I don't know that pain and to provide pain and receive pain as well because
Yeah, you got to receive
was like
pain.
yeah, of course that's actually the main reason that I say, man, this is what I need. So once that I started in MMA, every single day that I was that I go and train and all that. Well, when I go home, I feel like, man, this is what I need. I feel like so under stress and feel much better and feel happy. But even though if I have my face like smashed or a lot of punches or whatever, exactly what I needed in that moment. And
Wow.
well, I leave the fights because well, I broke my right hand. So after that, I started like passing like a whole bunch of depression, and then the COVID come in, and I wasn't able to go outside. So in that moment, I was like a little bit like fat, and I feel like very bad, and with whole bunch of things in my mind, depression, and man, it was a very tough time
Yeah,
right
yeah.
there. So what I did is took my money and expand and make a gym in my house. So I purchased the machines and weights and dumbbells and everything that I need. So without any knowledge about training or how to do something about that, because I never did something like that before, just with YouTube, I started like doing my own planifications and start working out. And in about 10 months, I was a different person.
Wow.
So I was doing is just putting on like YouTube videos and start looking how do you can do this type of exercise, or what do you have to do in order to earn a little bit like shoulders or chest or in the back or whatever. So one day these videos go me through, well, guide me like for the bodybuilding videos, and what I see was men's physique videos, and I said, man, damn, this guy looks very good, actually. I mean, I would like to be like that one day, if it's possible for me. And I did a whole bunch of different type of. I did a whole bunch of different type of, for example, sports in my life.
Yep.
But the only one who really helped me was the bodybuilding.
Wow.
Actually, I choose every single sport that I did. However, for example, the bodybuilding just
Yeah.
came to save my life, just came and changed everything, and took me out of depression, took me out of tough situations, took me out of the shadow that I was living that moment, drugs and everything, and changed my life forever in a good way. So that's like actually the main reason why I love this sport. And since the first day, I never quit. I never quit, and this sport is the one who taught me like never give up, and the discipline and everything that I am right now. It's thanks to the bodybuilding.
I can't believe it, you know. Like what I'm saying is he, I believe it now because I have a podcast. But before I was just Steve going to the gym, swipe my card, personal goals, just personal goals, complacent sometimes not complacent, get big
Yeah.
arms, big chest, big quads, just push alone. And then this podcast opened me up to you people. And then I realized this, and hearing this sport, some people saying it's the toughest sport they've ever been in as well. Wow, like tough. I thought tennis would be tough, rugby league, soccer would be tough. But I think this sport is such a mental game and a patience game. And then you telling me how it saved your life, and then hearing other people talk about it. Chris Cormier as well saying how it saved his life. Just, and the way bodybuilding has grown, but it seems like COVID was one of the darkest places the world went into. And the only thing that saved the world was bodybuilding, because everyone bought weights to train at home. So everyone started training at home. And here we have now this big growth of in bodybuilding. It's like it was never called a sport. I mean, yes, probably in America, probably in certain areas, but now we call it a sport. Now we call it a sport. Now we call it a lot of things. And I think that's why I did my post a few days ago, was to show, and I didn't show much. I didn't really show my 30s. I didn't show my 40s. I didn't show really my 20s. I didn't show a lot because I guess we didn't have social media. I didn't have my camera. I need to pull out my old photo. I need to pull out the old photos. But I wanted to talk about the journey this thing has on us and where it takes us. And obviously where it's taken you, which I'm very happy with. So I'm going to segue into this question. When did you then decide, and when did you start competing and getting on stage?
Well, after the COVID, as I mentioned before, and then after those 10 months at home, and see these kind of videos on YouTube, like men's physique videos, I said, man, I need to do something like this. I don't know, this I always do well every single sport, not even contact sport. I did everything in life.
Yeah, and you're good.
I just start doing it, and then I quit. It's not that I quit. Actually, it was that I don't feel that I born for that sport specific. So I started stopping doing it. So my dad always told me, well, I am going to support you in everything you want, but you need to stop like quitting every single sport that I put that you tell me that you want to do, because you need to have the discipline and everything. But it's not about that. It was about like that I don't feel that that I born for that specifically, until I learned about the bodybuilding. Actually, bodybuilding, I don't choose bodybuilding. Bodybuilding choose me. Actually, they come just in the right moment in my life, and it's something that just happened. I can't explain like how it happens, but it's something that the sport just picked me up about, like moment that I was living, the depression, the every single things that I had in my life in that moment, like drugs and a lot of situations. And after that, everything changed. I was not like the black sheep of my family anymore. I was now everybody is like very proud of me. Now I'm a person who motivate others, and that's the main thing that I love more about this, to doing this, because it's not only about the sport. It's more than that. It's like to show everybody that this sport changed my life for a good way, in a good way actually. And that's the main reason of why I start doing it, and I keep going with the sport. And every single thing that I do is like to show everybody that you are going to be able to do whatever you want to do in your life. It doesn't matter, it's sports, is study, your relationships, everything. You are going to be able to do whatever you want to do if you really put your effort on it, and you really start working very hard and have the discipline to do it. You can reach everything that you want in your life. It doesn't matter whatever it is. So
Well,
that's the main reason that I start doing this, and I keep going with this as well.
do you miss punching people or getting punched?
Well, after my accident, I'm not gonna be able to do, for example, jiu-jitsu or MMA again because
Oh.
the surgeries that I have after my accidents. But sometimes when I have some stress, I miss it. Yeah,
All right, well, let's talk about this 2 years ago in the midst of all the training, building your 5%, your competitive physique. You have a catastrophic major motorcycle accident. So before, I just want to ask, before I talk about the accident, I just want to ask, have you always ridden motorcycles?
I'm sorry.
Have you always ridden motorcycles? Were you always a motorcycle
Well,
rider?
no, actually, no. Actually, I learned to ride a motorcycle by myself
When was that?
because
When was that?
like 3 years ago, maybe.
That can explain a few things. I don't want to, I don't want to, because I want to get into the story. I
Yeah,
ride, because I ride motorcycles. I ride motorcycles. And the funniest thing is, I started riding motorcycles in my early 20s.
yeah,
And my first motorcycle was 1000cc. I hardly rode, but that was my first motorcycle. It was a Honda CBR 1000, right? But if I told you when I look how I rode back then, it's amazing. It's amazing I'm alive. That's one. And two, I did have a major accident. A car did a U-turn in front of me, and I was on a GSXR 750 slingshot. And the bike jackknifed, and I flew off the bike. Yeah. And I blanked out, and my bike hit the parked car, smashed the parked car up, and I smashed into the car. And I didn't wake up. My whole leg was dislocated out of my hip. And apparently people were saying that I was trying to get up, but I can't remember this. I just remember the ambulance person taking off my helmet. Did you know I didn't break any bones? They put my leg back into the hip. I had to stay in hospital for 1 month, but just on traction, but no operations, no nothing, right? I was very lucky. Even the
yeah.
lady said to me, one nurse said to me, how did you not break any bones? But the funniest thing is when my backside came off the seat, I said, oh my God. That's all I said, right? Now, I don't know if that helped me. But in my 20s, I still ride today. Today, I have a few bikes. I have a Harley Davidson. I ride. But unfortunately, Glenn, sometimes we have to have an accident to become a better rider. That's the
Yeah,
that's the
definitely,
unfortunate part. That's the unfortunate part.
definitely.
And I hope for everyone, if they do have an accident, it's small, maybe just fall around the corner, whatever,
Yeah,
drop the bike. But let's just talk about your accident. You 2 years ago had a motorcycle accident where you almost lost your life. A girl ran the stop sign and you destroyed the whole car's right side.
yeah,
You almost broke your neck in the accident. My muscle mass saved my life, but destroyed my right clavicle and completely destroyed my left wrist. My entire wrist mounted on my hand, and my hand was left hanging. So just you talk about your surgery, but go ahead, tell us a story. Tell us a story. So you're riding a
well, yeah,
motorcycle.
yeah. Actually, well, I had like a gas 250cc, and at the moment, so I like to run and do things in the street, like wheeling and all that stuff. So as you mentioned before, you have to have like an accident after, and once you have an accident, you will going to learn a lot of things
You
and
do.
be more like carefully about things
You
and value your life more.
you do.
And actually, right now, I don't have any bike right now. However, for example, when I go to the streets, I see like kids going with riding the bike, and they are not thinking about anything else.
I
They just
know, it's
think
scary.
they just think that they are just cool, and but they don't realize what they are doing. And um, well, this is something that you have to learn after an accident, definitely. But as you mentioned before, 2 years and a half ago, I had a motorcycle accident where I almost die in that moment. Um,
Wow.
this girl just ran the stop sign, and I destroyed the entire car's right side, actually, with my body. And I almost broke my neck in the accident and died right away. But thanks God, and the muscle mass that I have in that moment saved my life. And I just remember that I was everything very fast, but I remember that I just fly like I don't know how much meters from the accident. And when I just well, I never slept or something like that. I just remember that I was like this and looking to the sky, and I start just thinking about moving my legs to see if I broke my legs. And I said, well, no, your legs are okay. So I just um, stand up and put my bike and like in the properly way. I don't know how to do. I did that because well, my I didn't realize that my hand was hanging.
Oh, yuck. Keep
Yeah,
going.
yeah, and my right clavicle was smashed as well. I don't
Oh,
know, maybe the adrenaline in that moment,
yeah.
but yeah. So I destroyed. Well, that destroyed my right clavicle and completely destroyed my left wrist and hand. Um, my hand once that I realized when I started screaming to this girl I don't know, a whole bunch of things. I said like, look at that, and I realized that my hand was like hanging on,
Oh, yuck.
and I
Yeah.
said, damn, what what
Fuck.
is this?
Yeah.
So, and well, the worst thing in that story is because well, 2022 was like one of the best years for me in bodybuilding. I was undisputed champion. In well, I was
Mhm.
2 times national champion in that year,
Yeah.
and I just came from Panama to be a champion as well. Like I came today, and the next week this accident happened, and the next week was the last competition here. And well, I have all the opportunities to be like the 2022 undisputed champion at that moment. But about when since this situation happened, well, I lost that opportunity. But well, I get into like a whole bunch of depression,
Mm.
and well, it was very hard. I had double reconstructive surgery
Yeah.
where I was left with the permanent disability in my left hand of 12% for life. Where today the pain is always right there. Actually, I always feel like a pressure here in my wrist, and it's well, it's part of me now, and always remind me that I am able to do anything in this life if I really want it. So in that moment, after the surgery, the doctors told me that I should give up from my career because I will never be like able to lift weights again, much less to do like some sort of movements as well.
Mm.
So in that moment, I just remember that I start crying,
Yep.
and I told him, well, immediately, man, I'm so sorry, but I will not accept that because I never give up. And I don't care if you tell me that I'm not going to be able to lift weights again, or if I have this permanent disability in my left hand. I don't care. I'm not going to give up of my dreams and my goals. So I wasn't able to do anything with my hands for 2 months. I was like this for 2 months, where everything had to be done for me.
Yep.
So go to the bathroom, brush my teeth, anything at all. I was really that was a really tough situation. Definitely, my mom's helped me to do everything, give me food, take me to
Mm.
bed, everything. It was a very tough situation. So the doctor told me that I had to be like in the bed, like doing anything at all, like for at least 15 days. And after the 15 days post surgery, I began like
Yeah.
well, I went to the doctor as well, and well, in that 15 days, was like pure depression, and was a very like I don't want to speak anybody else. I don't want to see anybody.
Mm.
I just want to be like alone in my room, in the darkness, and just remember that I just took my phone and just see like the pictures of week ago when I came from the competition in
Yeah.
Panama, and the
Yeah.
type of physique that I had and the opportunities that I have and the year that I have in that moment. So it was a fully depression moment. But like after the first 13 days, I decide to don't be in that way anymore because I know that I never give up. So I always tell my followers never give up and all that. So I just thought, well, this is the moment, the right moment actually that I need to show them that the really meaning of never give up. Because
Mm.
if I just give up right now, well, I'm gonna be a liar, right?
Yeah.
So so I decided to change my mindset in these other 2 days before going to the doctor as well to review my surgery. So after the 15 days for surgery, I went to the doctor and he said that everything it's perfect. So I just have to keep going with the resting and don't do anything because I wasn't able to do anything anyway.
Mm.
So I told him, okay, but these are going to hear like crazy, but can I go to the gym? And he said, what? No, man, you're crazy. You can't go to the gym. What are you going to do in the gym? And I said, man, well, I need to go to the gym actually because I need to do something else because I'm going to get crazy right now, man. So, uh, what I what I told him is, well, I know that I'm just going to be able to do like three exercise in three machines and that's it. But I need to do it. I need your approval to do it because anyway, I'm gonna do it. But I need your approval to do it, like and feel good. So I began well, in that moment, the coach that I have, he just leave me. He never. Well, actually, right now, I'm still waiting for a call or even though a message saying, "Man, are you good? Are you okay?" or something like that. No, man,
Shocking.
he just disappeared.
Yeah.
So
Unfortunately, bodybuilding doesn't have the smartest characters.
yeah, and so I start doing my own preparation and alone. I could do just as mentioned before, just leg exercises in only three machines. And
Yep.
after 3 months of training, 6 days a week in that way, just legs, I start using my hands and start doing like things like small things with this very small weights.
Hmm.
Um, and after my surgery, it only took me like 8 months to be back on the stage and compete again. And in that moment, before going to the doctor, after those 15 days, I said, man, well, everybody says that I'm a Saiyan. So this is the moment to prove that I'm a Saiyan and that I'm never give up. So I'm going to do something very crazy and something that not everybody are going to be willing or could be something that anybody could do. So I'm going to prepare myself just with the leg training without using my hands. And as soon as possible, I have like 9 or 8 months for the next competition here. So as mentioned before, after the surgery, it only took me 8 months to be back on the stage and compete again. So what I wanted to show my followers in that moment is that giving up is never an option, and that's what always characterizes me with my 5% meaning as well. So after that, I was crowded national champion again a year later,
Mm.
which was in March last year, and after that, what I did is I decided to in May. I had well, I decided to move like to the states to make my prep like totally different than here. So I started selling everything. I sold my absolutely everything, my house, I sold my car, my motorcycle. I left everything behind to go to Philadelphia to start from scratch with nothing, without friends, without family, without anyone or anything,
Wow.
without knowing anyone right there. and I was completely alone. And when just to start like the process that I going to start right there in a year. So I start like, well, I already have a entire year bulking by doing whatever it takes. So I moved to the States and to take my evolution to the next level. And recently I returned to Costa Rica, as mentioned before, to marry to the love of my life. And this is what I'm doing right now. Actually, well, right now, I have been doing my process and by myself in that year. And well, right now, I'm going to finish my bulk in like in a month
Yep.
here in Costa Rica, and with the team Master Fitness with my coach right now is Ruben Rojas, and start the cutting process like in a month. And in order to compete in the first NPC show here in Costa Rica in September, and if God allow me, well, that's my next step right now, actually.
Wow, man. I what a story. Like I remember seeing my I remember driving my car to the doctor after the motorcycle accident, and I was using my left foot to drive, and even the doctor saw me drive there, and he goes, "Did you drive here?" I said, "Yeah." He goes, "Oh, you're okay, mate. Go. I don't need to see you again. Don't worry about it." And I never went back, and I've hack squat, leg press, big weights. I've never had a problem, thank God. But then one time I remember I I think I fractured my foot, and it was at the gym, and my lawyer and a few others told me, well, they just say, look, you know what, look, you might be able to get compensation, but you can't go to work. I go,
Yeah,
what do I do? And they go, well, you can't go to work, you can't go to the gym, you're gonna have to sit on the couch for a little while. I said, fuck the money. I'm going. I got to go to the gym. I can't sit on the couch.
yeah,
So bodybuilding is a funny one, because if you love it and you love sculpturing your body, you just can't not go because you love sculpturing. You're like an artist, and
yeah,
and I guess we can sit and do compensation. We can have insurance. You probably didn't have to work ever again. You probably didn't even have to go to the gym ever again. You probably could have got compensation from this, from the insurance, whatever it is. But you thought, to take the money, I have to sit on the couch. No, thank you. I'm going to go to the gym. I'm going to find my money elsewhere. You know what I mean?
yeah, exactly. Actually, in that moment when I had the accident, I never wait for the ambulance or no, I just stand up. And I remember that I called my brother and said, man, I need you come here and pick up my bike and just bring to home because I just had an accident and I need to go to the hospital to review what I have because it was just my left hand.
Yeah.
The situation, I can go ahead and compete the next week. So
I know,
I don't
man.
care. I'm gonna go to compete. So I need to go and see what else I have. So I remember that I request an Uber and I go by myself to the hospital.
Wow.
And in the Uber, I start removing my glove,
Oh,
and the driver was like, "Man, what the fuck are you doing, man? What
oh
happened to
no.
you?" I said, "Man, I just had an accident here with my motorcycle, but when I removed the glove, the hand was like this,
Oh
was hanging,
God.
and the driver was getting crazy when he saw that, and he said, "Man, please, oh my God, oh yeah, I'm going to the hospital as fast as I can, man. I'm sorry, I
Oh,
can't see that. I'm sorry, man." And I said, "Man, I'm so sorry for you to see this kind of stuff, but." Yeah, I went to the hospital and I had to wait like 45 minutes before somebody looked at me, and was
mm.
very crazy and painful
And
as well
painful.
because
Yeah, I had to wait
yeah, it
out.
was very painful.
When I dislocated my leg, I was in so much pain. It was incredible. It was
Yeah,
bad. It was bad. I had the worst pain when I was in hospital. I It was that much pain. I couldn't wait for them to take me to the operating room because they had to put me under to fix my leg. And the thing was, when you're in so much pain, They were giving me painkillers and it wasn't working. They were giving me painkillers, wasn't working. Constant painkillers. And I remember, like, you know, your parents, when they come to the hospital and they know that you should never be riding motorcycles, you know, they said to me, like, see, I told you don't ride motorcycle, you know what I mean? And I remember saying to my mum, I don't know why, I can never forget it. I said, oh, Mum, when I come back home, can you make chicken schnitzel? I go, I want chicken schnitzel. I don't know, maybe the painkillers were making me hungry. And she goes, all right, I'll make you chicken.
Yeah.
She goes, I'll make you chicken schnitzel. Mate, I was in and the thing was, just like you, the doctor said, oh, you're not going home. You're going to be here for 4 to 6 weeks. And I went, what? They go, we're going to have you on traction, like have a weight hanging off your leg to fix ligament.
Yeah.
And I said, how long? They said 4 to 6. And I said, I'll tell you what, I'll give you 4, not 6. And he goes, we'll see. And it was during Christmas and New Year. And my parents and my sister used to come to the hospital. And I said to them, don't come and visit me. You're wasting your time for Christmas here. But I said, don't visit me because I want to sleep. Why? When I sleep, the day finishes. I need the day to finish. I count the days. But I had one girlfriend. She used to come and see me. We had some fun in the hospital. Don't worry. But that was another story. I had one girlfriend. She was very accommodating to help me out for the 1 month, to help me speed it up. But I remember once as well, I'll tell you another funny story. When I was there, because I was 1 month, I didn't want to shave. I said, fuck shaving. I'm not shaving. I'm not going to shave. I'm just 24 years old, you know. I'm 22. So the accident happened when I was 22. And one of the nurses said to me, hey, why aren't you shaving? I said, oh, fuck, I'm in hospital. I'm not going to shave. And the nurse said, she was a young nurse. Okay, I didn't understand anyway, but she shaved me. She goes, I'm going to shave you. So she shaved me. I go, all right, maybe she wants me to look pretty. I don't know. But it was a funny story, man. I don't think I've shared this story. Have I shared the motorcycle story, Chris, at all? No, I've never really shared it much, my story.
Actually, well, I remember as well when the accident happened, I went to the hospital and passed through all this pain and situations and everything. And they told me, well, we are not able to bring you here right now or to make the surgery right now. So you have to wait a week. You have to wait a week. And after a week, we are going to process the surgery for you. And I was like, what? So I'm going to be like broke, like here, like doing anything at all, like in a week? Yeah, you have to be like that in a week. So I said, well, okay, fuck it. So in that way, I was a week like this, doing anything at all. And but I was able to go to the competition, at least to see the competition. And I remember that I wasn't like in the second row looking the competition, and I said, man, I had to be right there, and I wasn't able to do it because of my clavicle, because it was just for my hand. Wow. I don't care. I will gonna do it. But since I have the hand and the clavicle, I wasn't able to do anything at all, any movements. So I went to the competition and saw the competition, and I remember that I was crying in my seat, looking. That was very painful. Actually, I believe that was more painful than the accident itself. So after that, I went to the surgery, and well, after that, everything changed. Yeah. So I wasn't able to do a whole bunch of movements, and by my own, I started doing it with the training in the gym, because I wasn't able to do like this kind of movements. I just have the movement like here. And like this is like totally different as well. But you see me right now training, or the stuff that I'm doing, and you don't believe that I have this permanent disability in my hand or this in my clavicle, because I have like a piece of metal in my clavicle and a piece of metal here in my hand. And you see the stuff that I'm doing right now, and you don't believe that I have any of these accidents or surgeries or anything else in my body. And that's the crazy thing, and that's the thing that I try to motivate others to see. Man, you can have this type of situation, you can be like in the age of dying right now in
Mm.
accident, but look at me right now, I'm what I'm doing. I'm still going and make the competitions and training and do this kind of stuff, and our stuff that even though like a regular guy with no accidents and in 100% are not going to be able to do it. So that's the reason why I started doing like this kind of movement, this kind of exercise, this kind of trainings, like totally different, because I would like to show everybody that you are going to be able to do anything that you want in your life. Just never give up.
No, I love it, man. I love that. I noticed you got a lot of motivational talk. So, all right. So, let's talk about the 4 years of competing. You 3 times national champion in Costa Rica, international sub champion in Panama, and was part of the national team in Costa Rica. Tell us a little bit about that, and tell us how many comps have you done, or have they all been so successful?
Well, no, not always. Actually, once that I go back to the competitions after my surgery, I earned the fifth place.
Yeah.
So I was very disappointed, but was because I was huge than the other guys, believe it or not.
Oh, you're too big.
So yeah, so I getting bigger than the other guys. So they told me that I have to start going to the other, the other category, because, here in Costa Rica you have men's physique. Well, in the IFBB that we have here, there is a men's physique and there is men's physique muscular. So, for example,
Oh,
I started doing men's physique, but in that moment when I go back to the competitions, they
yeah.
told me, man, you are bigger than the other guys. You have to start going to the muscular category. So that's the reason why I fit like the fifth place, and was very disappointing for me because, well, I don't have the full. Actually, well, I wasn't able to train very well and to do anything that you need to do, like
Yeah.
good process. And I was bigger than the other guys. Can you believe?
Even when you weren't training that hard.
Even though if I wasn't able to use my hands like for 4 months.
Isn't it funny? I haven't trained for a couple of weeks, right? I haven't trained just for many reasons. But the one thing I said, okay, I haven't been to the gym for a few weeks just because of business and some stuff that I need to sort out that's taking my energy and my mind. So, but I said, no, I'll double down on my diet. I'll eat well, eat cleaner, and just a little bit of cardio. And I can't believe how you hold form because of your diet. The diet is so important, isn't it, really?
Yeah,
Many people
yeah,
believe when they stop training, that's when they start eating junk food. But when you're not training, that's when you double down eating clean. So I even went super clean, even reduced the calories just in case, And then I'm looking, I'm going, I'm still going all right, which I was very surprised. And you're telling
yeah.
me, you competed on stage and you didn't do upper work.
Yeah, actually, well, another funny story when I had the accident.
Yeah.
Since I was like preparing, and the next week it's supposed to be the competition.
Yeah.
So once that I knew that I'm not gonna be able to go and compete again,
Yeah.
like for example next week, so I went to my home and I purchased like a huge pizza and a huge hamburger and eat everything and shake, and then I go to the hospital.
Oh. Well, you got your well. There you go. You were hungry because I
Oh yeah.
like I said, I wanted schnitzel, man. I wanted schnitzel. So you're in your 4 years, 3 times national champion, yeah, Costa Rica, a sub champion, Panama, and national team. What's been your favorite competition? What's been one that stands out? You think, oh, this felt good. This was good.
Well, actually, I had two. The
Which
first one was in Panama.
Yep.
That was the best physique that I ever had in that moment, of course.
Yep.
And I feel so good because, well, that was my first
Mm-hmm.
competition outside Costa Rica.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember that I went to Panama, and I don't know why, but everybody was like waiting for me, and I was in the national radio as well in Panama. They treat me like I don't know if if I was a like a superstar. I feel
Wow,
in that.
that's good.
Yeah, that was something very cool and something that I never expect. Actually, I was just going to make my competition and that's it.
Mm.
But what I received right there was another different story. They train me so good, and they bring me to every single place that I want. They bring me to places to know places and to the radio and for the competition as well. Everybody and every single athlete go and say, "Hey man, I want to take a picture with you, guy." With the Costa Rican guy. So was very cool actually. Besides of the result and the physique that I bring in that moment,
Yeah.
and that was the first one. And of course, well, the last competition that I had was very good because was like after the surgery and after the fifth place. That was the first time that I'm going to be competing in muscular men's physique.
Mm-hmm.
So so I expect like that was okay and a good competition, but I never expect like that I will be that good enough. So when I went right there, was a very nice physique that that I brought in that moment, and the competition was very cool. The actually the posing style that that I brought in that moment was totally different because that was my return from the surgeries, and well, I feel in that moment so good, and well, that was the best physique until now, of course, because well, when I had the surgery, I lose like 13 kilos muscle mass, and then well, for the competition, I wasn't like in 100% to go to compete, and in this competition, well, was a totally different story. I recovered the muscle mass that I lost, and actually I passed like 5 more kilos about what I had before. So it was very good competition. Was a very good competition. I enjoyed it so much, and right now I'm I would like to see what I'm going to bring right now because after this year in bulking in the States was totally different process than any other process that I had here. And actually, when I live here, I was in 72 kilos
What are you now?
and 84.
That's a lot, brother.
Yeah.
Wow.
So,
In one
so
year, in 1 year.
in 1 year, yeah.
What was the was there going to America for 1 year? Did it change your thinking? Did you was that the experience you needed, what you needed to see?
Well, yeah, definitely changed my mindset in every single areas.
Mm-hmm.
Not only in sport, because I learned a lot of things with the people right there. With Drew, I learned a lot of things and different types of that you can go ahead and train, and different type of meal preps. Because well, that entire year, I I made my own prep. So I start doing like things that I never think that I was able to do here. For example, just one meal was like 3 meals that I have here in bulking process. So it's a lot of food. It was like a 1 pound rice
Yep.
and half a pound chicken per meal, and I had 5 meals per day and one shake as well. So it was a lot of food, a lot of money. So it was totally different process, but the results was the more actually than what I expect. And besides of the sport, for example, the mindset that I came well that I have right now, thanks to the United States and all this year, well, the culture was totally different, and the type of like the patience I learned a lot of patience right there, and a lot of things that makes me a better person right now. And thanks to that, and thanks to my wife, now I'm totally different Glenn than the one who went here like a year ago.
Mm.
And that's something very valuable for me right now. Actually, that's the best thing that I could earn in this process in a year in the States.
Well, were they shocked when you came back? Did they say, "Oh my God, you're bigger"?
Yeah, yeah. I feel like the same, because
Of
well,
course.
you always are gonna feel like the same, or you
Tough
are
crit. You're a tough critic. We're always tough critics.
yeah, yeah. But when I came here, the people started like, well, first my dad was like, man, you look huge, what the fuck. And
Yeah.
every single person. And it's funny because sometimes I just walk in the street and everybody is like, man, or just the people come and, man, you're huge, man, or something like that. That gym as well. So that's something that motivates me a lot, actually, because
Mm.
by myself I see that like the same. But you know that this is something that constantly changing. But since you're looking to the mirror every single day, maybe you're gonna feel like the same, or sometimes you feel like thin or slim, or I don't know. Sometimes you feel like fat. But the other people, what they told to you is actually the only thing that makes you feel like, yeah, man, I am totally different than before.
No,
More the people close to you.
no. Well, I suspect that. I suspect that a lot. Um, so you're in a bulking phase at the moment, and what are you doing? You're a personal trainer as well, are you?
Yeah, I'm personal training and coach online
Good. How are you enjoying that?
a lot, because
Yeah.
it's something that I enjoy a lot, to help others to reach their goals and change the mindset first. Before changing their bodies, what I'm doing is changing their mindset as well. Because a lot of people is like, man, I don't know if I can do this. I don't know if I can reach this, but this is my goal. This is what I want. And I said, well, first of all, we need to change your mindset, because it's not like, well, I'm gonna see. No, it's something that you're gonna do. It's you're gonna do it, because it's
Yeah.
not about trying. It's about doing it. Because if you think that you're going to try to do something, you're going to give like a small room of like that you're not going to be able to do it. And I can allow you to be on my team if you have this mindset, because on my team never give up. So first of all, we need to start changing your mindset, and then we are going to start changing your body as well. But
Mm.
I enjoy a lot to help others to reach their goals and change their lifestyle. This is something valuable for me.
Yeah. No, I love that. No, it's great. And you obviously you're going to compete in an IFBB show in Costa Rica, correct?
Well, actually, will
And
be
NPC show.
NPC show, yeah, because well, right now here in Costa Rica, well, the only federation was well, here, the only federation, national federation, is just IFBB.
Yep.
But but I had a lot of situations with them, because they don't like athletes with tattoos. So I had a lot
Oh.
of situations with them. And since this is the only federation here, this is the only way that you can compete. If you want to compete, you have to go to this federation. Otherwise, you have to go outside the country, and not everybody have the resources to do that. So a lot of people are not like very happy with this, but they, of course, they are not going to shoot themselves in the foot,
Yeah.
of course. So they just have to go and compete right there. But well, that's been until now, actually, because in September we're going to start like the MPC here
Oh,
in
that's
Costa
good.
Rica,
Yep.
which is something awesome. However, I never stopped moving forward in my career, or in my goals here. So right now, what I will going to do is just do everything possible to compete in September in MPC.
We're going over the body, mate. We've come to the point where we're going over the body. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Okay. What it means is I'm going to ask you to, I'm going to give you a body part. I need an exercise, sets and reps. Okay. You'll understand once we start. You ready?
Yeah.
Okay. Have we covered everything first? We've said a lot. I think we've covered many things on this podcast. We've done very well.
Yeah.
All right. I'm going to start with traps. Do you train traps?
Well, yeah, but not like directly.
All right, but give us an exercise, sets and reps.
Well, I always do like these crazy pull-ups that I do with the feet. Well, like a V.
Yep.
So that involves every single
Body part.
group of, yeah. So after that, well, yeah, I do my like some exercise like this. This one's with dumbbells, with dumbbells. But it's not like something that I do like a lot. I like to do like in back in the neck.
All right, so then let's go with delts, side delts. What's a good exercise for side delts?
Well, for side delts, definitely military are the best ones that I do because that involve the entire deltoid.
How many reps and how many sets and reps?
Well, I do 6 sets.
Yep.
With 10 reps.
Okay, and is that also for
with about 80 pounds?
Okay, what about front delts?
Well, regular exercise from foam delts, but I do it with the cable in the with the cable. I put it on like a good way and just doing by one. And with the cadence of 3, that helped me a lot.
What about rear delts?
Pull-ups.
Yeah, pull-ups. How many sets and reps?
Well, the first one will be 21 reps.
Yep.
And then I do 3 more, like 15 reps.
Okay. What about back, lats? What about lats?
Well, for that I do like the regular machines. You just
pull downs. Yeah,
pull downs. Yeah.
Sets and reps.
For that one, I do like 6 sets with 13 reps.
Okay. Chest,
like decline with dumbbells.
Yep.
I do as well 6 sets with 10 reps.
Okay.
With a cadence of 2. Okay. And with a good weight.
Bicep
at the end of my trainings in like back or chest, I do by Oxford. This is something that I created. The Oxford is 10 10 10.
Yep.
So you're gonna do like 100 reps. So what I do is put it on like in the cable with the cable down and the other side with the cable up. So I do 10 reps on each, 100 reps actually at the end with no rest.
Ooh.
So I'll go and do 10 for tricep and then go immediately and do 10 for bicep.
All right.
And keep going with no rest until I complete the 100 reps.
Okay.
Always at the end of my trainings.
Okay. Forearms? Do you train the forearm?
Well, no specifically, but with the type of, for example, pull-ups that I made, I always train that. Or when I do like the biceps, I do this type of like with the dumbbells like this. So that's helped me to work out with that part.
And you told me how you did triceps. What about abs? Come on, men's physique, abs. Come on. What's the secret?
Well, before I do a lot of abs, but right now I'm not doing like too much. I just train abs like 2 times per week. And what I do is just to to hang out and do like the foods like this.
Oh, leg. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's what I do, and do like 3 sets and 10 reps, for example, on each side.
All right. What about quads? What about quad?
Squats, well, I do, well, yeah, for squats, I have my leg day and I do like regular squats
Yep.
and also like with the dumbbells as well and the walk-ins with dumbbells as well.
Sets and reps.
Um, 4 sets, 10 reps.
Okay. Hammies, hamstring.
Um, no, I don't work like too
You
much for that.
you don't do hamstrings. Wow. Okay. What about calves?
Calves, I do 5 sets and I do like 15 reps on each one. But I do 2 exercises, one with the chin, like a stand up, putting my feet like this, then 10 like this, and 10 like this,
Yep.
6 sets. And then the regular calves machine where you're sitting up, and as well like 6 sets for 10 reps.
Okay. Well, tibialis. Tibialis is the front of the calf, the front of your leg, which you probably don't train.
Well, actually, at
Yeah.
the gym I'm right now, they have one machine for that.
Oh, good.
So
Yeah. It's like
yeah, they
that.
have.
Is
Yeah,
yeah.
exactly. They
Yeah.
have one of those right there. So I just do, for example, like 4 sets and 10 reps as well
Oh,
for that.
forgive me for not taking it seriously that time. What about glutes? Do you train your ass? Do you train glutes?
Yeah, I train my glutes as
Yeah.
well
What
with
do
the
you?
cable,
Yep.
or with this with like to put it on
The hip thrust.
like a bench as well, and with the bar in the back,
Oh yeah.
and make like a stand up and hip thrust as well,
Okay. How
and
many?
skater squats as well. This is
Okay.
one of the good ones, skater squats. For example, with that ones, I do like 4 sets and 15 reps.
Wow, that's cool. Okay, where can we find you? Where can people find you besides Costa Rica? How do they find you online?
You can guys find me on my Instagram page. Right now, you can search me by my name, Glen Delgado, or I have on my page right now the Science Resilience. That's the
Wow.
name that I have on my Instagram page. I have as well TikTok and Facebook.
Same name, same resilience.
Same name, yeah,
Okay,
same name.
remember that, Chris, when we tag. Um, well, Glenn, I have to say, what a great podcast. I must say, I felt a lot of emotions, connection, and we shared some great stories.
Yeah, indeed. Actually, well, thank you very much, guys, for this opportunity. I'm very happy and very proud of the channel that you have. It's something very cool. Since the first time that I saw it, I said, "Man, this is very nice to hear," because it's the entire stories. Everybody have different stories to tell.
Mm.
Everybody have different situations, and on each one of them, you feel like, "Man, I have a situation, something like that." And the way that they express yourself and go into the story and everything and the resolution, I said, man, wow, I never expect that, and that helped me a lot to do the same in my own situations. And thanks to you as well for the time to decide to do this podcast with me. And as we talked about earlier, well, I'm the first Latin American guy or and the
Yeah,
first Costa Rican guy
Costa
doing the
Rica.
podcast with you guys. So thank you very much for that. I do really appreciate it. I enjoy a lot of the time that we have right now, the stories that we have, and as well, I feel a lot of connections with you. And with the story that you told me about your motorcycle accident was like, man,
Oh, it's hilarious. No, man. Like I said, you are very much valuable to Muscle Talks podcast. You're very valuable to our channel. And I'm sure everyone around the world, but especially here in Australia, they're going to love your story. And I'm sure the Costa Ricans will be proud. When we put it up there, we'll make sure we put on a good show. So I just want to say thank you.
thank you as well. Thank you very much for that. I do really appreciate it. Thank you
Uh,
for that opportunity, man.